What do you say, hole heads? Welcome to season 19 and Taco Tuesday officially. Oh, what the hell? Good
Yeah,
Lord.
remember that time, baby?
When my eye bags look so bad? Here. There you go. Now it's official. Finn the Loudmouth for the ACO. Frank Geers, the Cornhole Dude, back for a brief moment in between his world travels to continue to expand the ACO universe far and wide as we get ready to head to Charleston, West Virginia, and we'll talk more about that here in a moment. But cheers. It has been a whirlwind. It seems like the Worlds were just yesterday, but it also seems like they were a million miles away. What a great weekend in Lake Charles. We're going to get to that here in just a moment. But you saw a partial picture of the crew coming up there. We got a cool slideshow we're going to share with you as well. I'll talk to you a little bit about what the taco is going to be like for season 19. We're going to add a couple of things, maybe pull back on a couple of things, open things up for more comments, more discussion, more different topics. We're going to work that out through the course of the season. But the bottom line is we want to make sure that you get the basics of what you expect so you know, as I mentioned in the promo, where you need to be and when you need to be there. And it's pretty simple, straightforward stuff. As always, we want to remind you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're moving all of our video content and streaming for the majors to the YouTube channel. We played around with it a little last year and we like it a lot better. So you'll find the taco, you'll find all of the streaming content when we're there with the full setup for center court. You'll find all of that on the YouTube channel. Also curated content. I know Heinerman's been busting his ass getting new matches and everything up there. We've still got some cool matches from the Worlds that are getting up there, so you can constantly check it out for refreshed content. So get in there, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and it'll let you know when the content is coming. I got a couple of reminders on my phone earlier, which was nice because it reminded me to come in here so we could do this. So it helped me out quite a bit. So again, don't forget, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and the YouTube channel for the ACO. Lots of cool things coming there throughout season 19 as well. Something else you'll notice, it's changed a little bit different, only in as much as where it is on the screen. But the bag partners are scrolling along the bottom. And you're thinking, some of these look familiar, some of these look brand new. That's the beauty of season 19. We have a lot of new bag partners, and we got a lot of bag partners just in general, and they will scroll underneath here through the entire taco. How about that? A couple of them up here.
Dude, I love it. There's some really good ones up here. We got BP's Gamer, dude.
I like those.
That one, baby.
Yep.
Little gamer action there. And this is the X level. What is it? The Bruiser.
The Bruisers.
The Bruisers, baby.
I like that.
So look at the X level. But yeah, I mean, what is it, Finn? I think we've got like 48 to 50 bag partners again this year already.
And expecting that to grow as the season continues on like it did last year. I think this is actually more than where we started last season. We ended up over 60. So we expect that to be the case again this year. Big Daddy bags. We didn't really talk too much about that last week because you weren't here. They're back.
Big Daddy's bag is back, and we had the elite group that was down with us in Louisiana. So you're going to see a lot of these bag partners coming out and showcasing their bags at the different majors. So be on the lookout for people like Lucky's and IMF and X Level and B3 and B3 and
just read the
CBC
list.
and all the guys. I mean, they keep going on. The list goes on.
Read the list as it goes by. Blueprint. And again, you've got to have those ACO stamped approved bags for season 19 to be able to throw them. And it's pretty simple. Regionals, majors, everywhere. So again, pay very close attention. And what's been interesting too if there is an off season, to watch some of the jockeying for players.
Oh yeah,
you have different players signing with different groups. It's kind of cool to see bag companies excited about who they've been adding. You mentioned CBC; those guys added a bunch of players. You mentioned Elite Bags. I know my man, the Mississippi Ninja. He had a word with Adam Gilbert. He said, "Man, my buddy is doing Elite Bags. He wants me to come there," and I loved it. Adam Gilbert said, "Dude, do it. You're always welcome back.
Do you?
But go do you." And do the work.
So you speaking of Adam and Gilbert, he was down there with us in Louisiana this past weekend. He, with OTT, by the way, gave me a couple more series to approve, or sent a couple more series up to me. He's like at like 26 or 27 bag series. But no, it is awesome. All these bag companies. Most people are carrying around 7 to 8, series within their line. So But some of the bigger ones are pushing out a lot of additional brands and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but,
I think I saw Amber Fretwell post that she was a little nervous playing with some new bags, but she found some that fit her just right, and she had a pretty good weekend. I'll be honest with you. We'll get to the results here in just a moment. Something else, too, besides just YouTube, something else we want to make a big push on, and that is the what we're calling the ACO STDs, okay? The social to-do list, all right? Your invitation to become part of the social network has been extended. I'm going to post this tomorrow. This is basically
I love this.
From me to you. This is how you connect with us on X, a.k.a. Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. God forbid. That QR code, you can actually scan the QR code, but you'll see it tomorrow. It'll take you to TikTok. And I want you to post your TikTok videos and tag ACO, ACO Family, ACO Cornhole, American Cornhole, all of that stuff. All that hashtag stuff. I'm really actually, over the summer, started getting into all this. And it's
the hashtag and the TikTok.
Just all of this stuff. It's interesting to see. Facebook, obviously, you know where to find that. But the other one that I want you to notice at the bottom of this, and you'll see it tomorrow when it's posted in a static invitation, is this push text. And this is an opportunity for you to just text ACO into this number, 833-695-1318. Put that in your contacts as ACO text. Again, 833-695-1318. Text ACO. And what that'll do is that will opt you in to a couple, maybe 3 notifications a month. Well, if we change something, if we update something, if there's something we need you to know, and it's not going out to everybody. It may just go out to the pros, or it may just go out to a certain few zip codes that are going to be around where we're coming to town. But that way you can have everything you need, maybe even a link to buy tickets right at literally your fingertip. And this ACO text push, you opt in, and if it's too much, you can opt out. But we'd love for you to opt in. Again, text ACO to 833-695-1318. Put it in your contacts as ACO text, and it's a good way to, you're using your phone for Scoreholio. You know how convenient that is. This is an opportunity for you to get instant message where you don't have to check your email. You don't have to look at the other social channels. It just comes straight to your phone. So make sure you opt in if you want that information right there at your fingertips. I'll post this for you tomorrow. It was just something I was kind of goofing around with last week.
Dude, I told you I love it, man. That's so cool.
Just drew it up, and I'm like, I love you guys. Come on, let's get together and let's have some fun with the socials. Speaking of Season 19 memberships, I know that's one of the things that we put out there to some of the pros. You want to start earning those points, you got to have your membership in place. And there's a couple different tiers of memberships, which we really haven't talked about that much either.
Yeah, there's so for most people that play with the ACO right now, you're going to want the $50 membership. The same thing we had going last year. It's the Worlds membership that allows you to get in the Worlds, allows you to earn points, allows you to play for the money and the prizes, et cetera, et cetera. But yet there's also that opportunity for those players that haven't ever really experienced the ACO, maybe don't travel as much as our ACO family does. They're just getting into it. They're not ready to drop that $50 on it yet. So don't do it. Go out and spend $20 on a points-only membership, and you'll be able to compete and play, have fun, get into the rankings, earn points. And should you decide to upgrade at some point, you'll just go back out and upgrade and buy the $50 membership when you decide you want to really move to the next level with your cornhole. And
the one thing that we haven't talked about at all is the ACO Beryllium membership. It's $10,000, okay? There's only 100,000 of them available. But because cornhole is so important, you need to have a ridiculous membership level that no one wants.
I think that comes with a shirt and hat, though.
No, I don't know. Both? You get both?
Yeah, you get both.
With the beryllium
level? It's a choice. No, it's a choice.
Yeah, that's what a tool I am. I think I pulled beryllium out of my Star Trek lexicon. I don't know. How much did I say it was again? I
don't know. Where's that who said I said thing?
I don't know. I can't get into it. Well, the bottom line is those are 2 great levels for you to come in and just dip your toe in, or if you want to come completely skinny dipping, come on in and let's do it. So the taco is going to be fun this season. Again, we're going to do our best to keep the things in here we know you like. We're going to add a couple more things. ACO before will be back. And again, if you have pictures of things that you did before, tell us what you did before cornhole or before the ACO. Send us some pictures, a little description. All of it can be sent to taco@americancornhole.com. We had some great ones last year. A lot of car racing. We did have a lot of racing. I was
surprised at how much racing there really was in that.
There were horse aficionados. That's our man from B3, or not B3, from Blueprint. And
was that Jody?
I think it was Jody. He was a horseman, and we had or was it who? Maybe I'm getting that wrong. I don't know. The bottom line is we had some really good ones. We had car racing, motorcycle racing, supermodeling. I think. Well, obviously the Hertz sent in baseball. They were big into baseball, but the bottom line is it's our way of getting to know what you did before cornhole came in and changed your entire life. Where in the world is the ACO? Is another thing that we're instituting. You've got enough gear when you're. And I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even remember where all of them are. You might recognize some of them clearly at the beach, but he's hiking through like the Grand Canyon and all these different exotic places, but he always thinks to wear his ACO gear. Harcrow, we appreciate that. Keep those pictures coming. Again, send them to taco at AmericanCornhole.com, and that's where in the world is the ACO. We'll be able to figure that out. The other one that we alluded to after the Worlds was the ACO stupid human tricks, and it was the ear deal that we saw.
That was crazy.
From Jeremiah and
out in Iowa.
Who else was out there with us that was doing that? Oh God, I'm drawing.
Who was out there?
It
with
was.
us?
We were sitting at we were at the Textile Brewing. And
for God's
sake. Was it Parker? No.
Yeah.
Was it? It was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
exactly was.
So any of that stuff, any weird like special stupid human trick talent that you've got,
we got to re-show that next week.
Yeah,
that'll be one we'll re-show.
Yeah, we'll bring that back in to give you an idea. Now it's funny because I got Andy from B3 goes, where do we send the talent videos? He texts me that. I'm like, what are you talking about? And because I don't perceive it as a talent, I perceive it as a stupid human trick. But I think he might have one. So we might be looking at one from Andy Blada from B3 next week. But yeah, if you've got anything like that, send us some of these short videos. We'll find a place for them, not just here on the taco, but that's kind of what we hope this will continue to evolve into, is just kind of a sit and have a beer, hang out, and watch for 30, 40 minutes, and let's have a good time. Speaking of the schedule, too, as to what we've got coming up, this Save the Date just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We just put out a new version last week. We added the extra day for the Super Major in January in Throwensboro, but there's a couple new cities on there.
There's a lot of new cities on there. I mean, if you haven't seen the cities, check them out, man. I can't wait. We're going to Bangor, Maine,
yep.
Right? I finally said it correct.
Bangor, yeah. Yep, not
we're
Bangor.
We're headed to Dalton, Georgia, I believe.
Carpet capital of the USA.
Yeah, and we're going back to close the year in Branson, Missouri. So there's a lot of fun things happening, and there's still a few more in the hopper, Finn. I got to be honest. We're trying to bring closure to those in September here.
Well, this Bangor, Maine one is tied into the Hollywood Casino, which is right across the street from the venue. They're really excited about this Hollywood Casino Major. This is going to be a big one, and this is going to be a lot of fun. But we're going to Atlantic City for the first time. Buffalo, New York, where we're going to have the adaptive cornhole.
The adaptive cornhole, which
there.
I'm super excited about this. There's going to be, we're kicking off adaptive cornhole. If you don't know what it is, go out to check it out either at AmericanCornhole.com/adaptive or just go to adaptivecornhole.com. Finn, it's going to be really cool. We're working with the Buffalo group up there. If you're not familiar with adaptive sports, it's a big thing these days. You're not just wheelchair bound, but it's people that have maybe lost a limb or been injured, they had spinal injury in an accident or in the military or whatever, but they've been injured somehow in their life, and this adaptive cornhole, you're going to play from the wheelchair, right?
Right.
And so we're excited. We're going to have the first inaugural event there in Buffalo in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and it is one of those where we've had meetings with folks and the excitement, the enthusiasm, because you've seen wheelchair basketball or volleyball or other sports. I mean, sled hockey is another one that you've seen, and I'm sure is played in Buffalo. It's an opportunity for everybody to come out and be part of the family, be part of what it is that we're doing. The competition will be leveled. The playing field will be leveled.
Yep.
And the boards will be a little bit tighter in, but the foul lines and all those different things, all those rules are still going to be in place. So it's an opportunity for everybody to come out and get a vibe on cornhole, and for all of us to kind of share and that accomplishment and that ability to grow the game even further for those who are interested in playing. So I think we'll have adaptive cornhole in Buffalo, also in Owensboro.
In Owensboro, yep.
For the Super Major.
Super Major, it'll be out there.
It will just continue to grow. So, and as I was looking at that schedule, I saw a couple of other cities that we're going back to the Black Hills. We're going back into Oregon. We've got some cool stuff planned in the Lone Star State.
Oh,
as a matter of fact.
Working on that right now. Just was on the phone with a few of those cities right now as we start to materialize that.
Yeah, we're not far away from getting back down to Legends, just outside of Texas A&M. And this time we're not going to be there on a vacation weekend for the Studentia.
Yeah, so hopefully we see some of those kids coming out and playing with us as well.
It's going to be crazy. That Legends complex is super cool. And we're going to be out where they were hosting the volleyball this time. Yep. It's going to be awesome. So lots of great cities. Save those dates. Maybe it's an opportunity if you were a road dog last year to find some other cities that you want to explore and come join us. Some may be closer. Some might be a little bit further away. I really want to get up into Bangor, Maine, even though we're not going to be there with a pro series or whatever. I just want to come up and see that area in that time of year. I really do. And that's what I love about the opportunity to get to cities I would never have had the opportunity to go to outside of this. So very cool stuff. Now, a city that we went back to this year, and again, the number one thing I heard about it was the food, how great the food is. Yet again, Lake Charles, Louisiana. And that was a long haul for you, down and back. But what a party.
Oh, it was a long haul for a lot of people to get down there. But once you get down there, it is worth it, Finn. Like you said, the food is exquisite. Very rich. I needed to come back just to regroup. But, man.
A lot of cream sauces is what you're saying?
Oh, dude, it is so good. I mean, obviously, it's Louisiana. It's the New Orleans area. It's
killer.
Oh, yeah. It's Lake Charles, though. We actually they have a really good casino nearby as well that we spent a lot of time hanging out at the pool after we got everything set up on Thursday. We went over and chilled poolside. But the tournament was awesome. The players were great. There was a place called Big Daddy's, that came in and served the food for us there with great drink pricings and special. There was a slushy company in there. It's one of my favorite venues overall just because of the way Eric from the CVB, really treats us. He treats us well. The city treats us well. The venue is awesome right there on the lake.
I love this video too, especially. You want to talk about being welcomed by the community. That's pretty good to have an officer of the law come up and be willing to get his holster kicked by a young man.
Well, the other officer that was standing right next to him, was too embarrassed to try to throw a bag against that young man there. But no, it was a great town, man. I mean, it's a great time. If you've not been to Lake Charles, Louisiana, I highly recommend getting down there. Especially get down there next year because we will be back there next year the same time. And look forward to seeing.
Kickoff.
Yeah, I saw many of people that were there last year. Coming back down, man. So
well, and again, we were talking about Texas. I mean, it's as far west in Louisiana as you can get. I mean, you can stick out your toe and hit the Texas border almost from there. So if you know people in Texas that want to come down and be a part of it, you're welcome to cross state lines to come to any tournament. So know that. And how about, boy, what a weekend it was for a couple of players. First purple jerseys of the season went out. Co-ed doubles, Amber and Shane Fretwell. Congratulations to them. And congratulations, Amber, who I think she took down women's per the prediction of the Mississippi Ninja.
Yeah.
I believe he picked her to do that.
No easy task because she had a double dip. I think Ruth Kitchens
did. She?
So yeah. So.
And Mason Higgins, who you heard us mention quite a bit. I think that was out at the Field of Dreams. Was he in the Field of Dreams or was the Worlds? But Mason Higgins was a name that Barnett told you. He goes, keep an eye out for this.
He's
young
good.
Man.
He's a good dude, and he's a good player. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he took the juniors division. Johnny Thomas took seniors and maybe another division we'll get to in a moment. But how about Sebastian and Spencer?
I don't know. There was something to be said. They talked about these two young powers coming together, and they put their their money where their mouth is, or their mouth where their money is, or however that saying
goes.
They
put their bags where the hole was, and they got the money now where their mouth is. They are the Wonder Twins.
They laid it out, man. They did a great job.
Zan and Jaina, do you remember them from the Wonder Twin Powers Activate? They always wore purple. Well, these guys are as well. And, it was, Ruth Kitchens was who she had to double dip. In the Bagmasters, this was a new division as well.
It was cool.
And I want you to talk a little bit about this. In third place, it was Killer Bees. Second place, it was TNT bags. And in first place, it was BD bags. Now, what is the Bagmasters quads?
So the Bagmaster quads, first of all, if anybody played with us last year, when we did the quads, what you did was you signed up with a two-person team and you were blindly drawn another two-person. That made your team in the quads last year. This year, you come into it with your own foursome. So you pick your own group of 4 people to compete. When you pick your own group of 4 people, you have a team captain that's going to pick the bags that you're going to play with. So you might be playing with, the X-level bruiser bags. Bruisers. So you're representing X-level cornhole. Or you might play with BP and they're gamers, so you're representing BP. And everything else, Finn, to not confuse it, is the same, where it's a 50% payout to the players. But what's really cool about this is it's something for the bag partners to get excited about, because it is a points-earning division where there will be standings, and each bag partner will have their name listed on the rankings.
Right.
And that first place team earned points towards, who was it? BD. So BD right now is the leader of the Bagmasters series for this year. And this will take place at every single major. So this will be going on all year long. And at the end of the season, there's going to be prizes for our bag partners, some money, a jersey. They'll get special recognition at the World Championships and the program. It's fun, dude. But it's a lot of fun because I think one of the brands had maybe 3 or 4 teams that were representing them. And BD might have had 2 companies or 2 teams representing them.
Sure.
But you could get away with just one good team, man. If a bag company has one good team, that's all it takes is one good team.
And if you're the bag company owner, you can load that team up however you like. But it is a fun way to get the companies kind of battling back and forth.
Love it.
Supremacy of the air, land, and sea. So congratulations again to BD, TNT.
Time goes on, there's going to be some smack going on between these bag companies. I cannot wait. And, it's going to be exciting, too, because
some chatter.
When we're back down in Punta Gorda, Florida, and we have that bag deal that goes on there at the, what's the name of the bar that we were at?
Twisted Fork.
The Twisted Fork.
Yeah.
So what a great event that was. That'll make Twisted Fork's event in Punta Gorda all that much more fun.
Even cooler. And by that time, the Smack Talk will be at a premium. Trust me, the big blind draw, Chris Turner and Mason Higgins, congratulations. A couple of quick shout-outs for Tier 3 and Tier 2 because those are run a little bit differently this year. Mike Brattain and Blake Russell took Tier 3 in doubles. Preston and Chase Hollis took Tier 2 in doubles. And again, we mentioned Sebastian and Spencer took down Jed Thomas and Shane Fretwell to take doubles. Tier 3 singles, Terry Knowles, congratulations. Tier 2, Tanner Gibson, congratulations. And then once again, Johnny Thomas takes down Spencer Garner to take the world singles. So he grabs 2 purple jerseys in his first attempt this season. So nicely done. Now, that's where we were, and quite a few of those names were on the Mississippi Ninjas list. And right off of his lips, as far as who he thought was going to win, he bounced a couple back and forth. And we're going to get to his picks here in just a moment. But let's talk a little bit about where we're going. I mean, the truck leaves again very soon. The tires have barely even cooled off from the drive to Lake Charles, and already it's on its way back to one of our favorite places, Charleston, West Virginia.
Charleston, West Virginia, and I tell you, Charleston, West Virginia is one of only 5 stops this year that's part of the Pro Series Skins games going on. Cannot wait. I think, Finn, you maybe were talking to me earlier. What, we have like 50 pros coming out for this thing?
50 plus pros.
And once again, we're going to be unveiling the first ever Skins Cornhole, professional Skins Cornhole, here in Charleston, West Virginia, man. I cannot wait to do this.
Yeah, and think about that. I mean, 50 plus, because there's only 5, and these have an expanded purse, and as a matter of fact, the Super Major is going to have an even larger purse, if I'm not mistaken, when we head to back to Throwensboro in January.
This pro last year was $2,500 on the line for these players to compete for, and remember, they're playing for free. They're just invited out here to play for free. This year it's $5,000 for the regular Pro Series event. Owensboro, in our Super Major, we're going to jump that to $10,000.
Gotta love it.
But what it means is it's $25 on the line per skin that these players are winning. And
it is just like a typical skins game. If you push, it rolls over. The first one to win 7 skins out of a potential 13, and pushes all included, you're going to take all the money and all the unclaimed skins. But if you lose, let's say you lose 7-4, All right. You're going to get those 7 skins that you got, and then the other 2 on top of the 11 that weren't claimed. But the person that got 4 skins
still wins some money.
I've been waiting to say that since we came up with this idea. You're taking home $100 no matter what. Yep. So lots of checks will be written. $5,000 on the line for every one of these Pro Series skins games. The ACO pioneering yet another fun way to get out there and play some cornhole. And again, 16 spots in that final bracket, all going to be determined by Friday frame games.
That's what's going to happen. Friday frame games. That same way we did last year.
Yep.
The top 16 players performing in the frame game will advance to, Friday evening. I think we start at 4 o'clock.
We're going to start at 4 o'clock instead of 5. And, you know, we've talked about this, about pros advancing to the main bracket. We talked about that at the end of last season. I think we did a kind of a special taco just to talk about that and why that is. Hopefully it welcomes more people to come in and get involved in pool play. And you are still going to run the risk of running straight into a buzzsaw in the main bracket. That's kind of how it works. Once you get better, you don't have to worry about that so much now, do you? I wouldn't know. All right, so the major itself will be going on, the Charleston Major, always one of the biggest and most fun, so we're looking forward to getting back down there this weekend. And we can tell you who we think is going to win all the different divisions, but this is why we hired this guy to do it. He knows better than anybody. And if you don't think he does, all you got to do is pay attention and listen to the last line.
Welcome to another episode of Time to Feel. Headed to Charleston, West Virginia this week. First Pro Series of the year. First skins cornhole ever. Let's get started with the picks. In women, I'm going to go with the world champion in women, Josie Clare, to take this field in. But watch out for Kelsey Heitrick, who's playing really well right now. In seniors, I'm going to go with Bob Howell, with a close second to the runner-up at the Worlds, Michael Hochstein. In juniors, I'm going with Isaac Hurt, but he's not showing up in the roll call. If he's not there, I'll take Devin Thompson with Riley Dresser finishing second. In co-ed, I'm going to go with Josie Clare and Braden Easterling with a close second and third, either the Irvins or the Pucketts. Now, on to doubles. I'm going to go with the world champion, the Hurts, Isaac and Caleb. Until somebody beats them, I'm going to keep picking them. But watch out for Craig Irvin and Tyler Amos in this field. On to singles. I'm going to take Caleb Hurt to take down the singles. He plays very well in Charleston, West Virginia, so I'm going to take him. And in the Pro Series, I'm going to step out of the box. Oh, by the way, in singles, watch out for Dakota Payne. We saw him in the Final Four at the Worlds. And by the way, I'll just take Dakota Payne to take down the Pro Series. And that's going to be my picks this week for Time to Feel. If you think I should pick you, prove me wrong.
How about that? He's back on the Hurt locker. He says, so somebody beats him in doubles, he's going to keep picking him. You know, it's not a bad pick, and I didn't get to hear his pick for the Pro Series, but I'll be honest with you, it's not an easy pick either. That's a loaded field of 50 plus pros.
He might have picked himself.
He didn't pick himself. I won't let him do that. I said, look, you can play and get out of here on center court, but you cannot pick yourself to win. You can't do it. No, he who knows? He had a hell of a weekend this past weekend. He was telling me. He's been playing some pretty good stuff. So thanks, Phillip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja. Time to Phil. If you don't like what he says and you think he should have picked you, all you got to do is prove him wrong. JC, Chip Garrett, Cousin Finney, Frank Tank, what's up, man? Bob Brownson, good to see Breezy Bags scrolling by there. Bring the ACO back to Lebanon, Missouri at the Civic Center.
Yeah, it was a big one, man. I'm not going to disagree with you, Anthony. It was a big one. Not sure why we've had difficulty bringing that one back, but we have.
Well, we're always out and about, like you saw on that Save the Date list. Lots of new cities, when some decide to pull back, others want to step in. There's a waiting list.
We replaced that one with Clarksville.
Yeah.
Clarksville, Tennessee, man. Come to that one.
I'm going to tell you something. If there aren't 5,000 people in Clarksville, Tennessee, I'm blaming Ferguson personally. I'm going after him personally. Fergie, that's on you. You need to get about 4,000 or 5,000 people out for that one. All right? Very good. Can we handle that? Sorry about that.
We can handle that. We can
Sorry
make that happen.
Chris,
we can make that happen.
Phil, those are some pretty solid picks, as is usually the case. He's got his finger right on the pulse of what's going on. And, we'll wrap up too. I mean, if you've got topics that you want to hear us address or address with you, feel free to bring them anytime here in the comments. If we don't get to them the week that we're discussing it, we'll get some thought to it and bring them up possibly the following week. Clinton, good to see IMF always in the house. Anthony Russell's going to be there. Sing Sing says, can't wait till I can play again. We know he's been itching and bitching to get back into the game. Sing Sing, we'll see you soon enough. So a couple other things. We talked about the pros advancing to the main bracket. We talked about that. And then also the Worlds. We're just a couple of weeks away from announcing where the Worlds are going to be. Am I correct?
You are. In the month of September, I promise ACO family and players that we will make the announcement of where we're going.
All right. It's that simple. And he is a man of his word. I'm a man of lots of words. And that's why I'm sitting over here and he's sitting over there drinking his beer. But we will give you your Taco Tuesday back. Thanks. I love the look. It's a real tight, nice look of this year's taco. I do still love this backdrop. Our friends, the Schaefer family, as always, Mike, in our hearts and in our minds. And that's what the ACO family is all about. So congratulations to all of our winners and all of those who made the trek to Lake Charles. Hopefully you had as good a time being there as they did hosting us while we were there. We will see you in Charleston, West Virginia for the first of 5 ACO Pro Series skins games and majors. It's going to be a big, fat, fun weekend. Cannot wait.
It's going to be good.
I'm
pumped up too. No, I'm pumped up about it. Cannot wait to can't wait to see how it goes down. I'm excited to see, hopefully most of those 16 players that make the cut all win some money.
Yeah.
But I got a feeling there's going to be 1 or 2 that maybe get goosed. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that's the crazy thing. Again, more money in the purse and more opportunities to walk away, because it was one and done. When you were out before, that was it. You walked away with exactly what you walked in with, nothing but good intentions. This is an opportunity for you, even in a loss, to take home a little cashish, which should be fun. But I think you're right. I think a couple people might be slamming bags and don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. It's bad sportsmanship. But it's going to be fun to get to that bracket of 16 out of 50-plus pros, and looking forward to a huge season 19 as it just keeps getting bigger and better. And how much fun is this going to be? We'll look for you in the new cities. We'll look for you here in the new season. Hopefully you're getting out there and finding the set of bags from one of our bag partners rolling across the bottom of the screen that fits your game or helps improve your game. Load that Zuka bag up with as many sets as you think you're going to need, and we'll see you out there on the major trail. For those who have checked us out tonight, again, please remind anybody and everybody, get into the YouTube channel here, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then you will find out when we have new content being posted, not just the taco or streams, but any new content that gets posted. And you might find yourself in that content as well. So in the interest of giving you your Taco Tuesday back, hopefully the weather's nice where you are. Cheers to you. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. He is the traveling man. He's been everywhere, man. He is Frank Geers, the Cornhole Dude.
Keep on pitching.
Right.